Hello everybody, happy week 5. I chose to do option 1, which was go through and describe all of the synovial joint movements that he had listed in our assignment. So we'll go ahead and get started here with flexion and extension. Flexion is a movement that decreases a joint angle, usually in the sagittal plane, which is described by the book. And extension is a movement that straightens a joint and generally returns a body part to the 0 position. So for this, I had my mom demonstrate. You can see here the flexion in her leg and her knee, and then the extension of the full leg there. Next, we'll do abduction and adduction. So abduction is a movement away from the body or from the midline of the body, and adduction is returning it back to being close to the body. Again, I had my mom model here so you can see that she is moving her arm up and abducting it away from her midline and then moving it back down and adducting it closer to the midline of her body. Next, we're going to do elevation and depression. Elevation is described as a movement that raises a body part vertically in the frontal plane, and depression just lowers the body part in the same plane. So for this, I had my mom demonstrate by using her shoulders. So as you can see in the example clip here, she elevates her shoulders up and then depresses them back down, and she does that twice. Next, we do protraction and retraction. Protraction is an anterior movement of a body part in the horizontal plane, and retraction is a posterior movement. So for this, I use the example that was described in the book, which was doing a push-up. So in the example video here, my mom is protracting her arms when she pushes up and retracting them when she goes down in that push-up position. Next is circumduction and rotation. Circumduction is when one end of an appendage remains stationary and the other one is making a circular motion. And rotation is the movement of a bone when it spins on a longitudinal axis. So here you can see circumduction, and then here is an example of rotation, her moving her arm in and out. Next, we'll go to supination. Supination is known kind of as a forearm movement, and it just is when the palm is face up or in the anatomical position. So here I just used a picture of her in a supine position. Next is pronation, which is the opposite movement, which just causes the palms to face backwards or downwards, the palms to the back side of you. So here's a picture of that as an example. The next one is dorsiflexion. Dorsiflexion is when the foot is in a flexed position or the toes are elevated. So this happens when your foot comes to that flex position, like I said. So here in the video, you can see she's elevating her toes off the ground, and that is an example. Next is plantar flexion. Plantar flexion is the movement of your toes to point downward or in the pointed position. So in the example video, you can see that she takes her foot here from the neutral position and she points them downwards towards the floor. And that is an example there of plantar flexion. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week 5. Good luck to everyone.